Good afternoon, live from Toronto on the GBKM network. Welcome to the Chat Up Show, the show where we catch you up with a chat up of our weekly headlines. I'm your host, Elizabeth Aloyde, and I hope that you are ready to chat it up with me today. Now, as always, you can keep up with the GBKM network in various ways. You can continue to listen and watch live 24/7 at www.gbkm.fm or www.gbkm.tv, where you can also catch up any past shows you may have missed, check out our upcoming shows so you don't miss them, learn a little more about our on-air personalities, and our breaking news section as well. And you can now download our free app on Android and Apple devices. Again, it's our free app on Android and Apple devices where you get the exact same features as on our website, except you are notified every time we go live. So you will never miss a show again. Okay, so make sure you download that app. You can also continue to comment, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff right there on the app so you can join in the conversation too and share it with your friends and your families. You can also continue to watch us on Facebook at GBKM Television and YouTube at GBKM TV, where you can also like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at GBKM FM and Twitter at GBKM_FM. So we have some exciting news. This last lockdown may have been the longest we've had in the whole of North America even, according to some reports. But there's some light at the end of the tunnel, okay? There's a little hope, there's a little glimmer. The stay-at-home order has officially been lifted as of Monday for us here in Toronto and the Peel region, and we are now in the gray level of lockdown. But what does that mean? Well, what it means is we can now legally enter non-essential stores. Yes, for all of you who have missed out on your shopping, you can do your in-person shopping. Of course, there's going to be limitations on capacity within the stores, but we get to go shopping. That's not grocery shopping. Yes. I've missed it. I'm sure there are a lot of you out there who can join me in this jubilation as well. Also, what it means is that malls are reopening, again, with limited capacity, but again, more things to do. In-store shopping, as I said, permitted. There is the maximum limit of 10 people for indoor and outdoor gatherings. So if you want to, socialize, still know that there's that limit. Can't be over 10 people, whether you're indoors or outdoors, personal care services are not open. So salons, groomers, all of that. Unfortunately, we're going to have to be doing that at home still, I know. But we're still hanging in there. Restaurants and bars are not available for indoor or outdoor dining at this point. I mean, outdoor makes sense. It's still a little chilly, but we're hoping as we continue to do the right thing and move up in the lockdown color grade scales that we will finally be able to eat outdoor and indoor in restaurants, fingers crossed. Okay, gyms also remain closed. If you've been waiting to get into the clubs, bust a move on the dance floor, I'm so sorry, you're gonna have to keep busting a move at home because they too are still closed. I know. It may seem like nothing's really changed except for the fact that, we can go shopping a little bit more, but that's still something we can hold on to, something else we can add onto our activity list. For home services like housekeepers, nannies, babysitters, and other household staff will be allowed to keep working during this stage of lockdown, including cleaning, maintenance, and repair related services, and businesses will also be allowed to work during this stage in lockdown. So that's some good news for those services. And just to give you a quick idea of what's still off limits, restaurants, bars, as we said before, it's a little, we're a year into this pandemic. It can get a little sad. It can feel a little daunting to not see an end in sight, but these little moments we can appreciate and celebrate that at least we're moving in the right direction to hopefully reopening the economy to what it used to be before. That is hopefully holding on hope. Hope is the operative word here. We're going to be hearing that a lot. Hopeful. But good news, if you are an outdoorsy person and you like to do activities outdoors, aka go skiing, those trails will be opening soon. Ice skating rinks as well will probably be opening soon too, of course with limited capacity and restrictions put in place for proper social distancing and safety measures. But that's some good news. Some more activities that we can do while we are still under lockdown, essentially. But that's fine. That's okay. We're going to keep a positive attitude. We're going to be hopeful. Now, this new stage that we've entered, Premier Doug Ford's office confirmed that region's potential to reopen further is examined every 2 weeks. So we're going back to our 2-week period that we were in about a year ago, now that we're talking about it. So anything that we'll be looking at the number of cases, ICU capacity, number of positive cases compared to like the 100,000 population, I think, was the scale that they were using to check just our measures and make sure that we are moving in the right direction and cases are truly going down. And that's going to be checked every 2 weeks. However, they still have the emergency brake protocol put in place. So if we do notice, even within a 2-week period, that cases are rising and we're not moving in the right direction, then things will go back to being on a stricter lockdown. But good news, the earliest Toronto can hope to emerge from this gray lockdown and to reopen would be March 22nd. So we're hoping that March 22nd means that we'll move into another zone, reopening a little bit more. So again, hopeful, fingers crossed, we're hoping for the best here. But now with that update out the way, I'm so excited to welcome our very special guest for today, who is, of course, joining us virtually. Many of us have missed going out, going out to concerts, events, performances, even the clubs, listening to our favorite music, being able to appreciate the works from our favorite artists, dropping new albums. And we've been really lucky this pandemic. There's a lot of new music out there being dropped constantly. And that's no different from our guest today, who is coming out with his EP officially. Welcome to the Chat Up Show, Ozee B.
Welcome.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
So how are you doing today? How are you feeling about us moving into, less strict lockdown?
Well, a little bit of relief, I guess, and at least we can do something. This is a step. I'm hoping that they'll open the city even more along the line, so we can do more fun stuff.
Yeah.
Outdoor activities. It's summertime too, so we need to do stuff.
Exactly. I'm definitely looking forward to summer, just to be outside of my apartment.
Yep.
More. Now, this pandemic has definitely been interesting for a lot of people, but how has it been for you as an artist? Like, what would you say has been your biggest takeaway this last year?
Well, going to shows, doing shows from here, like most weekends, we always have something booked, going to interact with fans and people, your friends and all that. Those things that they affect us too much, like we can't do none of those things anymore. We just have to, you feel like we're doing now, like we're chatting from Zoom.
Yeah.
Instead of face to face.
Yeah.
So yeah, our close relationship is not like there anymore. Everything is from phone now.
Yeah. So you're really missing out that opportunity to connect.
Yeah. That physical interaction, physical interaction.
That's true. I mean, I can know from my experience what the pandemic's been like for me, but I'm sure it's different for a performer, for an entertainer, when you don't have that avenue or outlet as much anymore. So what have you been kind of doing to fill that void in your life?
Well, been doing a lot of music, we do have shows like the other day I had a Fever TV show. We had to do social distancing where you're there by yourself, so many rules and stuff. Yeah. But that's like once in a while. But now we just sit home and do more music upon more music, you know what I mean? That's the thing you can do.
So I guess we'll be expecting a lot more, after this
the
EP
album I'm
drops.
about to release,
Yeah.
Yeah, EP, yeah.
EP album, because you said that
album.
it's basically the length of an album, but it's like an extended play.
I wanted it to be EP so badly because I've had 2 albums and the songs that I wanted, like that was ready for the EP, was few songs. But then I kept on getting more beats,
Yeah.
and it felt, and when you have the studio, you have the resources to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Just go right ahead and just do
And
it.
do it.
You don't have to spend much money. The only thing I have to spend money for is beats, and the rest I do myself.
Yeah, because
So
you
I
also
decided to,
mentioned that
yeah,
you did the sound engineering as well for your
yeah,
album.
yeah, mix
Yeah.
and master, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what is that whole process like for you? Like how long did it take from the first song I would say that you started working on to now the completed project?
Um, hmm, that's a tough one. I think most of these songs I already started like last year. You know, I just I started and then I stopped. But then when I decided to do an album, I started working. I went back to my archives and brought them out and started working on them. So it took me like for everything to be done. I'll say it took me a year.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So this
Like
is like
I
your
needed to be ready. Like I was, I'm very selective. I might do it and I might not like it, so I have to replace that one. So I have to send for the beat and
yeah.
then work on that new beat and stuff.
This is so intriguing for me. I'm always interested to find out what the process is like for different artists, especially
Yeah,
when you're essentially independent, doing the mixing yourself. Also, you do
yeah,
your writing
yeah.
and everything yourself. Now, what is let's go into the name of the album. What is this album called?
Ozee vibe.
Ozee Vibe. I like it. Now,
Yeah.
why? What was the inspiration behind that?
Well, Ozzy vibe is basically telling you that everything you hear from this song is me. Like it's my kind of vibe. Like it's what I would love to listen to when I'm out there. Like when I'm in the car, when I'm in the club. These are the kind of songs that like my jam. You know what I mean? Like my kind of songs. So if you're listening to this kind of song or to my song, it means, or if you like any of them, it means we have the same, um, we like the same song, you know what I mean? Like the same kind of genre of song.
Yeah.
So I just put it, and plus, I have a friend like Success K. We always work together. So doing this one, I just want everybody to know this is me, you know what I mean? Like this is my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like now doing this project solo when you've been working with your partner's success for the last 3 or 4 years? You say, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not. There's ups and downs. The the odds is when you pay for production, like the beat, for instance, we put money together.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of helps you save money. But then when you're doing it alone, you have to pay for everything.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to promote it by yourself too, because before you have two. Let's say two is better than one, and three is better than one. And so on and so forth. But yeah, in this case, I have to do everything myself.
Yeah.
It was quite challenging, but also I just needed that experiment to do it and see how I feel about it. How I feel making all the decisions and calling the shots. Yeah.
And so was this project always part of the plan, or was it something that you just felt like, okay, now is the time, I have the time to do it, so might as well get into it?
Well, I'll say yeah, because when I started, I didn't have it in mind to work with somebody. Always work with my friend. Like
Yeah.
always work. Like I started because I love music. You know what I mean? I started to just go in and do it myself. But when you have a friend that you guys are comfortable working with each other, and you both listen to each other and just kind of go smoothly. It was easy working with him. Just
Yeah.
like I said before, we have to pay for everything and do everything. Like so, I think I was comfortable with that for a minute, and then I think because of this COVID-19, I decided to just you know what, Ozzy, let me just
Yeah.
put my sound out there. it's not like we stopped working together, but it's just a project that is just me, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Now, you mentioned that you love music, but what does music, if you could put it into a sentence, what does music mean to you?
Well, music to me is a translation of of what goes on in my head, you know. Um, I'm not a very talkative person. Like if I was to be amongst friends, like I don't just go ahead and chill out
Yeah.
things and just, you know, I like to observe and I like to think with my head. I like to, I'm more of an action person than talk, right? So this music, each of these tracks, I think in a way, I kind of explained myself, you know, it, it's a situation that has happened to me in different cases, like I put into music. Understand? Yeah.
So the people that know you, like listening to this album, they'll be like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
It's
Yeah.
always interesting to find that and try to piece together with musicians just how much of their personal life they're putting into their music and their artistry. But there's the lyrics, of course, but then there's also the sound and everything that comes together, the mixing and the mastering. So
Yeah.
what came first for you? Was it being a sound engineer or being an artist that you fell into and you're like, okay, I can also do this as well?
A sound engineer
Yeah.
because I'm a more of a tech person. So yeah, when I started, I was mainly like the sound guy. Like I wanted to be the producer because I had friends that was doing music,
Right.
and and then every time we would just chill at my place. So I decided to just, you know, one day just go and buy the equipment and started tweaking. I didn't even like learn from somebody or go on YouTube to like learn or whatever. I just bought it and looked at it manual and started tweaking. That's
Wow.
how I started. Like,
So you're self-taught.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
started tweaking until I met uh, Dr. Rad, is also my producer too. And then he started, I started learning from him, like with the more professional stuff, you know? Yeah.
That's so awesome. Because like listening to your music, like wow. Well done.
Thank you.
So when would you say your love for music began? If you can think back to when the moment was like, ha, this is
Yeah. So, I think it was when I was learning, I was kind of testing my production with myself, like by myself. You know, when you need to train yourself, you need the vocal, you need a song to practice on. So basically, I was my own test subject. You
yeah.
know, that's when I kind of went in. When I did the first one. I think the first one at um Kenny Bazwai, at DBK FM.
Shout out.
I think he was one of the people, yeah, there to really witness my upcoming songs when I started. So he can testify about.
He can vouch
Yeah, he can vouch for me. Yeah,
for
so
the
that's how I
growth.
got in. Yeah, from production from there, I kind of just went in, you know. Yeah.
It's so how long ago was that for you? So how long would you say your career has spanned for?
Um, you know, wow, I'll say 8 years.
Wow.
8 years in the counties. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Before,
you've
you
been
know,
doing it.
when when you start, like it's like when you start doing something, especially when you love it, the fire in you is different
Yeah.
from when you're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I think when I yeah, there was more fire then. There was more like I would I wouldn't even mind trekking from here to Montreal for a show just to do it, you know? That's how much I
Wow.
love like
That's
how much I love
passion.
it. Yeah, the passion for it was like unbeatable. But now that I know what I need to know, like in the music business and the entertainment business as a whole. Like I know what I need to know. I know what it takes to be in another level, from one step to another level. I know those things, you know. So now I'm more relaxed. I'm more using my mind and my brain to just calculate things instead of using my physical self or using my mouth or whatever. Why other people don't really know what I'm thinking, and there are people out there who give me advice. So they're like, oh, Ozee, oh no, you need to go to Nigeria to stay. You need to do this. You need to do that. You know. But all those things I already know. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't tell you why I'm not doing it. But you give me that advice. But I know why I'm not doing those things you're telling me, or
Yeah.
why not? You know.
Like you know the route for you.
I know the route for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Nigeria, you're Nigerian,
Yeah.
and even just hearing the music, there's the obvious Afrobeat influence in that. Would you ever venture into a different genre, different style of music that you've been interested in, or are you comfortable continuing within this space?
Well, I'm more for versatile guy. Like I like to do other things too. Even on this EP, I have hip hop. I have, I think, qualified to be dancehall. You know, I have all.
Okay.
I would say Afro fusion. You know, all together. Like I'm the kind of guy that can jump into anything. Like, um, but I have my own text. I have my own likes. You know, but I can do anything. You send me any beat, like I'll still go on it. You know. So I don't think I have a limit. I do have what I like, but um I still like to go into everything. Like I have hip hop stuff on there.
So would you go into country music?
Oh, okay. I think I would, you know, but I wouldn't make it my number one. Like I wouldn't push it out there as my, you know,
Yeah.
my genre or my kind of style.
Yeah. Maybe have a feature.
Yeah, feature. I would not, yeah, I would not just do it a whole track.
Now,
Myself, no way. Feature.
oh, we seem to have lost
Sorry about that.
Ozee. Oh, great. Okay. Now,
Myself.
uh, the album is complete. It's set to come out on your birthday, March
Yeah.
14th.
14. Yeah.
Yes. So everyone watching, make sure that you look out for that. But
Yep.
now that the project is complete, how are you feeling? How does it feel to have this products that you've worked on your own?
So it feels like relief, you know. I feel so much relief because I have to always like I have to listen and listen and listen.
Yeah.
And anytime I find a little fault in it, I have to go back.
Yeah.
And I went back. I don't even like maybe after 100 times even, you know.
Yep.
Like when I finally have everything, I'm like I can finally rest. Now, I just be listening. But there are some days when I listen, I find out like you know what? I think maybe I want to change that. But like I restrain myself because just because you have the studio don't mean you just go back and change and change and change and that's how you ruin it, you know. But now like I'm definitely relaxed now.
That is a word, though, that can work for anyone, that just because you can go back and change it doesn't mean you have to.
You go back and do yeah.
Yes, I'm going to remember that. Because there's some days, you know, like as like a journalist, I'd be writing an article and I'd read it over and over again and I hate it by the end and I don't even want to put it out there. Like, do you ever have that feeling with your music that when you're just so immersed in it that you're sick of it and you're like, I can't even listen to this song anymore?
Definitely. When you listen to a song for too long, definitely you get tired of it. It doesn't even matter
Yeah.
if it's your own song,
Yeah.
you know? But that's why I try to limit myself of listening to my song. But my main purpose of listening to it is for production wise, to make sure I have the best production, you know? Because it would not be fair if I have the knowledge and the studio.
Okay. Well, that is, I think, a good note for us to go on a quick break. When we are back, we'll continue our conversation with award-winning artist Ozee B. So stay tuned. Our tabs, you can check out any shows you missed in the past shows tab, and that takes you to the past shows that have happened in the last week. And if you just scroll down, you can see those past shows in order, chronological order, with their dates next to them as well. So if you've missed a show, no worries, just go to the past show tab and you can catch up on your favorite GBKM entertainment. Going back to our menus tab again, you can check out our upcoming shows so you do not miss any past shows. You can check out our breaking news section, which is our newest section as well, to learn of any breaking news within the diaspora, across the globe, all of that good stuff, so you can stay engaged and up to date on what's going on with our breaking news tab on the GBKM app, and also available on the website. And as you can see, there are other tabs there. You can listen to our live radio, our live TV. You can learn more about our on-air personalities by going to our OAP tab, all of that. Hello and welcome back to the Chat Up Show. I'm your host, Elizabeth Aloyde, and we are joined here by our very special guest, Ozee B. And we've been talking about, the pandemic and his latest album, Ozee Vibes. And you have been working with your partner, Success K, for a few years. Has he gotten a chance to listen to your album yet?
Well, yeah. I think he listened to some of the songs, and he's on one of the songs too. We have a song together on the EP.
Has he told you what he thinks about it yet?
No, we haven't got to that point
Okay.
yet. But anyone he heard, he always that's a banger, that's a banger, Yeah.
And you mentioned how working with a partner was comfortable. And I think it's important to note just how rare it is to find someone that you can have that kind of synergy with, especially in creative outlets. But now that, we're in a pandemic and maybe you're not able to work with each other as much, and you've been working on your album alone, what has kept your creative juices flowing? What has kept you keeping things fresh as an artist while we've been on lockdown effectively for a year now?
Well, I would say my inspirations, I guess. Like I said, I always like to translate my thoughts into my music. So I think when I have a little bit of experience, either with my relationship or with my work or with just life in general, it gives me things to say, or yeah. So I always channel the energy from those daily basis situations, if I may say.
Now,
Yeah.
would you say that this pandemic has changed you as an artist, that has, made you realize something for yourself as an artist in any way?
Well, yeah. The pandemic just me specifically made me realize that we are very small. We as the people, we are but the ants, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that little pandemic just shut us all down. Even the biggest artists, it totally shut us down. That's to tell you that our biggest problem is not you and me. It's not the little beef I have with you. Our biggest problem is we don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
The pandemic might be one of it, but I think there are worse things to come.
Ozee, don't say that.
I'm not, okay, maybe not to come, but there are worse things that can come.
Yeah.
And that will make us realize that, oh my God, we're looking at things, so we're taking things for granted. We're just acting everything, acting like everything is gonna be here forever, whatever. But just that little virus just came and shut us down.
Yeah.
He opened my eyes,
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully, this is the biggest thing that's going to happen this decade because already a
Um,
year in, I think
pretty
we're all
cool.
tired. But yeah, of course, this I think this pandemic was an eye-opening experience for a lot of people to
Very,
realize
very,
that
very.
it's the small things and the little things in life that we often do take for granted that are the most important. Our health being number one, even though our health isn't a small thing,
Yeah,
but that and even just family and friends as well.
yeah.
So, new album, how are you celebrating? You got to celebrate, right?
Well, I have to celebrate it. Everybody that knows me, they know that, when I do celebration, I do it big. We do big things, you know what I
Of
mean?
course, of course.
But, but who are we? Like I said, coronavirus has come and told us that he's the boss and that he's shutting us down. And we have no choice but to obey.
Yeah.
So I think we're just gonna do online streaming and then no, nothing big, just celebrate with friends and you know, that's it. But mostly online. That we have
Yeah.
to utilize the online market these days. You know.
Yes, exactly. So will we then be seeing some more virtual concerts from you?
I've done some that yet to be released.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned that Fever TV. We're still waiting for that one to yeah, definitely. But I think I might do a visual concert, maybe a couple of the songs on this EP. But I'm still
In the works.
thinking about that one.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe we could just get you to have a little virtual concert here, a cappella.
Why not?
You know what? I'm gonna hold you to that. At the end of the show, we're gonna have you sing your favorite
Yeah,
song.
why not?
Oh
Yes.
yes. Oh, music to my ears, Ozzy. Thank you. Um,
Yes.
Now, I've asked you before what kind of genre you'd want to go into as an artist, but as a sound engineer, what kind of genre has been the most fun for you to play around with on this album specifically? You said that you have dance hall, you have hip hop,
Yeah. I
Afrofusion.
think yeah, Afrobeat because um like I have my own clients too, like I work with a lot of people too, right? And 99.9% of my clients are Afrobeat or Afrofusion to me say. I think I'm accustomed to that style now. Like it takes me literally about 5 minutes to make you sound good. So once you do your vocal, it takes me 5 minutes. That's how much like I know my stuff. You know what I mean? But if I was to, let's say, work with Afrobeat artists and other genres, it would take me longer than that.
Yeah.
I have to tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak and try and get the perfect sound for you. So I'll say Afrobeat.
Afrobeats. Wow. 5 minutes? Maybe I should get in the studio with you.
I
It
tell
might
you,
make me sound like
I got you.
like a real artist.
So you.
I think it's also interesting the kind of work that artists put out there and what they hope it would mean for those listening to their music. What do you hope folks take away from this sound? I know you say that it's your vibe, but what else would you
Yeah.
say you'd want folks to take away from this project of yours?
Well, positive vibe, happiness for
Yeah.
your loved one, how to appreciate your loved one, you know, like that appreciation. The This is something you can play for your loved ones to appreciate them, just goodness, as a matter of fact, on this. That's what when you listen to it, you listen to and plus there's a pickup line there too, you know what I mean? Like that's a good pickup line for your
Okay.
partner, Valentine thing, a way to treat your partner, around there.
Okay. Okay. So you're throwing in a little smooth criminal
You know, and
criminal
some salt
vibes in
and
there.
pepper and mangi.
Okay, I see you. Okay. Now, just bouncing off of that, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind with your music and your body of work? If we look at the legacies of other artists, for example, Fela now, who has influenced so much music. Notable artists like Beyonce and Jay-Z use a lot of his samples in their work.
Yeah.
What kind of legacy are you hoping your music will?
Well, Um, I think I have some songs. There are some songs that everlasting, you know, that really like people look at you and just remember that song. I think I have that kind of song.
Yeah.
I want people to look back and say, you know what, in this town, Ozee brought this kind of song, you know, this kind of song that touched a lot of people, you know, anytime they play it. I know people that can play, that can sing my lyrics from start to ending,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, like I want my song to be a positive impact on people's lives. Like it's not, I can sing negative songs, so I can sing about like how like people are hating and doing all that, but I don't want to be remembered for those kind of songs, you know. I want to like I want the positive vibes. I want people to think of my song and have joy in their minds. And and um and kids, you know, when kids hear my songs, I don't want it to be like, oh no, you can't hear that kind of song, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to leave that kind of good vibe. When you play my song for everybody, you can relate immediately.
Across generations.
Cross generation.
Yeah, that's dope. You mentioned that you don't want to, put out a hatery song or negative songs. That's not the vibe that you want to go through. But there's been, I'm gonna touch on the NSARS movement. Or even just this past year, we've seen a lot of social justice movements really rise up. Black Lives Matter movement, NSARS. Even now, there's like really, it's Women's Month this year, Women's History Month, and there's like a push for more female leadership. But when we're thinking of artists, a lot of people like to say like, oh, you just need to sit there, look pretty, perform for us. That's all you should do. You shouldn't comment on any social issues. You shouldn't comment on the world around us. Would you agree with that sentiment as an artist or disagree?
No, I disagree. Yeah, I feel like artists. This is not to say this is compulsory or by force or whatever. I feel like we are the mouthpiece of our fans, you know. So let's say like that NSARS. I called up my friends to do a collabo for that like whole incident. You know, we did a song, we did a video, we put it out there, you know, to support. We had an interview even with GBK and FM. See, those kind of things I like to do too, you know.
Yeah.
But when I see that if I put my 100% and some other people are not putting their 100%, it feels like a waste of time. But I won't say really. I don't want to use that word waste of time because I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for like the people that really matters to. So those kind of songs, I just do them once in a while and put it out there to send a message. You know, so I'll encourage, of course, definitely I'll encourage people to do like I said, positive songs, you know, songs like that. That to bring awareness to this kind of event. Yeah.
Now, speaking of the collaboration that you did in the video, we actually have that right now that we want to share with our audience. So we're going to play that clip right now for you. So I hope our chatters enjoy.
Want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, change our mentality. We are the future, are we ready the future? Are the youth ready the future? We are the future. They want kill us because we they say no to corruption. We not go give up even though they try to kill us all. I say one day I say one day, oh yeah, yeah. Justice will see, slave. My people must fight, oh. Africa must rise, oh. We first stand for the truth and fight for our right and never give up, oh. Politicians killing our land, them must set confusion pan our land. Get to youth have to rise and take our land. See police can't stop us from our land. We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up. Change our mentality.
With your parents, people them are dying for nothing. Politicians use us for coffin. Really need to find a solution. I tire for the hate, tire for the rape, tire for intimidation. Africa they face, tire for the endless starvation my people are facing now.
We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up. Change our mentality.
I prefer better Nigeria. Same story all the time. No light, no road, no hospital. Now which kind country be this? Operation every day. Killing my people every day. Africa.
That was great. I think that what really stands up and is notable is the fact that even though in the song you're talking about, you know, the police brutality that a lot of folks have faced in Nigeria and even across the globe, but there's still the positive message there, the hopeful message that yes, we want change, and yes, what's going on isn't right, but we're hopeful that the change will come, which speaks to the vibe that you say that you want to put out there with your music and the legacy that you want to leave behind, and even just inspiring as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course. But yes, I think that seeing, as you mentioned, performers and entertainers who are influencers, they are. A lot of people will follow, will value the opinions of our beloved entertainers and performers. And when we see them speak up and speak out against injustice, it's almost like, would you say, kind of like a nod to say like, yes, okay, we can acknowledge these things that are happening in the world around us because those who have influence are acknowledging it too. Yeah. What was your biggest takeaway from this project, the NSARS collaboration for you?
Well, the feedback we got was very positive. You know, it was overwhelming. Like you know, sometimes when we had like our other when I do my own songs, private songs, or do a video for it, and people hear it, I have critics.
Yeah.
And I have, you know, the other side of the story. So, but this one, I have like everybody that listened and heard and heard it, they love it. They have good things to say about it.
Yeah.
They even commended us or commended me or whatever case may be, you know. So I think that getting that kind of feedback, you know, is very, very uplifting. You know, it makes you want to do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you want to be an activist a little bit.
You know what? It's like I think I consider myself to be an activist.
Yeah.
Because I speak out. Like I don't like injustice. You know, if I'm in a place and I see any bully going on, I speak out. Like I don't care. Like I'll say my mind.
Yeah.
I don't like injustice. I hate that. I think that's part of the reason why I have a problem with Africa, because I think there's too many injustices going on, where the politicians are just taking advantage of the people. It annoys me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially when every day you're met with new news about how much they're messing up the countries and they're not protecting their citizens.
Day, literally every day.
Yeah. It's sad, but what keeps you motivated? You know, what keeps you going?
Well, it's the love for it. You know, it's really not the money. It's really not the fame. It's really not like, it's just literally the love for it. You know, because the stress, it's it's crazy sometimes. I think about this. I have 13 tracks on this. Um, I have nine, but I have three as bonus. But I tell you, the stress to get all that done wasn't easy.
Yeah.
If not for the love I have for it, I would not. I don't think. I think I would just do it half and just use it to while away time. You know what I mean? But I love to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I love when I go on that mic, I'm able to fill out something that's in my mind. Now when I hear my finished product, it kind of gives me joy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And yeah, I mean, it's clear you definitely have, even just in the way you're talking about your music, you can tell that there's a very strong passion for it. And you mentioned that it's not the money or the fame, but for some people it is. And that's, I think, a critique for the music industry right now, is that we're so focused on creating artists that make money that now we see a lot of record labels just regurgitating the same sound, the same artist over and over again, the same image. For you, was it really important to stick true to your identity and individuality and not to just follow the trends?
Yeah, definitely, like that's what I wanted to do right from time. Like, I think, to be honest with you, I'm not even that a performance guy. Like, I don't even want to go on stage. Like,
Really?
like people called me so many times to come on stage to perform or to do this, to do this. Like, that's really not me. I just do the music and put it out there. I think that's just about it. That's because of the love I have for it. Like, I've toned down so many performances over the years, but only maybe if the money is like high, like
If the check is right.
if the check, let me just put it. I'm trying to put it in a good way. But if the check is right, because I mean, it's also a very joyful thing when you put in money into something and you're getting money back.
Yeah.
So sort of like a return.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to pay for the work you did, that's fine too. But I don't stress it. It's not like do or die for me,
Right.
Like I rather all my friends, for most of my friends, to go perform at the place. Like if I had my party, like I had like 5 intensive. I called my parties intensive, right? I've had 5 in a banquet hall. Like I've never performed one. Like I've had a crowd, you know what I mean? Like I've had enough crowd. GBKMSM will tell you. Like I think he has some of the videos. But I've never put myself, which is my party. I can go there and perform from morning to night if I want to, because I pay for that. You know what I mean? But I don't really. It doesn't really, bother me to do that. Like I rather my friends do it, and I do it. So that's what made me realize it's just the love I have for the music. That's why I'm really in it.
That's so interesting. I think you're the first artist that has actually vocalized that they don't enjoy the performing part of it, but more the actual making of the music. There are like a lot of artists who will be out there saying like, oh, I enjoy making the music, but it's when I'm there and I feel the energy from the crowd that really makes it like worthwhile going through all those very stressful, grueling months of putting your heart out for people to critique.
Yeah.
So what hypes you up when you have to do a performance? When the check is right, the situation is right?
Definitely the money hypes me up because, I love money and everybody loves money, of course. And when I started versus now, when I started, if you see me when I'm performing, like, it's like there's no way that you can see me and turn your face. Yeah. Because when I get on stage, like I have that energy, like I don't know if it was because I was young or maybe because I think I was looking at it from a wrong way or from a different perspective. Because now I look at it from a different perspective. Before I have that energy, I'm trying to impress. You know what I mean? I'm trying to impress, make sure you see me, like you must see me. Because I have to do it. Even if I have to jump and do
backflips,
flips and all that. But now when I go perform, I kind of just do it maturely, you know. It doesn't really like I don't have that same energy as before anymore. I just mainly go there and try and be professional
Yeah.
instead of stage, you know,
And
and collect
allow
my
your
check.
music to speak for itself, right?
Yeah, yes, definitely. Yeah.
Now, before we go, you promised a little a cappella performance. I
Mm-hmm.
told you I was going to hold you to that.
I'll do a
I
lesson.
hope you're
Okay,
warmed
okay.
up. But before we get into that, what is your favorite track on this on Aussie Vibes? What is that track that really that's your heart?
Well, I kind of like all my tracks, but
Yes.
I think Samakwe yeah, will be that track.
Okay.
Samakwe is just it's more for maybe a club vibe or whatever, but there are little key messages there that only I know, you know, that speaks to me.
Little Easter eggs in your music.
Hmm.
So can you give us a little taste, a little teaser?
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of that one, and then maybe we can do the next one. But you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. I got a feeling you go give me love tonight. Girl, I got a feeling you go heal my pain tonight. Baby, who is you? Why you make all these guys to be standing attention, intention, affection, devotion for your pleasure? I wanna stand my queen. A girl wanna stand my queen. Oh, a girl like the way you did. I say I wanna stand my all right, that's a
Yes,
little
I'm
bit of that.
feeling it. Okay, okay, I see you,
Um,
Ozzy.
yeah. So I also have this on the next one. It's I also like this one too. It's called French Kiss. I did it with two Cameroonians,
I
Remy
get
Ray
it.
and Demilef. Yeah. All right, I'll do that one for you a little bit.
Yes.
Sherry, Sherry, come and give me love. Come and give me that sweet, sweet love. Sherry, Sherry, come and give me love. Come and give me that French kiss. French kiss. Baby girl, I want you. Come make I show you some love. Come make I groove you. I go take you to Lagos. From Abuja, we go fly to Ghana. Next day, we go wake up in Cameroon. I go take you to Lagos. From Abuja, we go fly to Ghana. Next day, we go wake up in Cameroon. I know I want another woman, another woman. I know. All right.
Yes, you know what? I
Yeah,
appreciate
some
it
of
so
it.
much.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm
So that's
so excited for this project.
I have too much, on it. A lot of songs, and during the year, I would say this is my fourth album. You know, so I probably next year I'm gonna do a next one because, like I said, I have the resources
Yeah.
and I have the lyrics. I have everyday life to give me inspiration. So, you know,
Yeah, and you have a whole pandemic to give you inspiration too.
yeah, that too.
We're so excited. That's exciting. And thank you so much for sharing those little teasers with us. I really appreciate that. I'm so looking forward to listening to this project and hearing the album. And of course, let us know how we can stream it and appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be, I think, probably from next week. It's already online right now, but for it to be in all the platforms, I think you need about a week or two. So
Right.
that will be next week. And so next weekend it will be everywhere: iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, like you name it, everywhere. You know, and it's gonna be playing in some of the radio stations. You know, playing on your station too. You know, so yeah, just all you have to do is just type my name, and then there you go.
Yes. Oh, we're so excited. Aussie Vibe launching next week, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Make sure you get
Actually, sorry, point of correction. It's actually launching on Sunday,
on Sunday.
but I'm guessing it's gonna be live in all the platforms next week weekend.
So,
You know what I mean?
so we're looking out as of Sunday to see. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll
Yes,
get a
definitely.
catch the album. That's great.
Yeah.
Now, before you go, just one last question for you. This might be hard, I know, but there's so many musicians out here, and so many, I'm sure, have inspired you. But who is one musician you look up to?
That's hard. Well, I like Burna Boy because we have I kind of have the same I kind of have this kind of vibe, you know, and right from time that's always been my vibe until
Yep.
he came out, and and then the next person is as for style, I don't know, because I like different artists for different things.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are for their swag, some of them are for their lyrics, you know. So I think
Okay,
I'll
so
go
for the
forever.
swag, I want to hear who your favorite is for the swag.
I think it will be Burna Boy.
That's true. I see that. I get that. You guys have the dread thing going on too. Got your locks on deck too. So
I think since I came to Canada, I've been doing dread.
Yeah.
I've been doing like 2005. So
so he copied you.
I don't even. Dread is new thing. Everybody do dread now. So
Yeah, that's true.
me
That's
trying.
true. Well, thank you so much, Ozee B, for joining us today and for sharing your love for music with us. I truly, truly appreciate it. And we're so excited to keep supporting you and your work and your album. And I want to give you the opportunity to let our viewers know as well, like how they can keep up with you with your new music and new work as well coming up.
Okay, so on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, it's Ozee the Boss. So it's OZEECHABOSS. All the social media.
Okay.
That's where you can find them.
Great.
And then if you want to find my song, just YouTube Ozee space and B. Okay.
That's cool. You know what? I'm actually intrigued. Where the name? How did you come up with the name Ozee B, Ozee the Boss?
Ozee, my full name is Ozee, right? I just took it a little bit and then
Add a little swag.
Ozee, yeah, add a little swag to Ozee came about, and then the B. It's actually when I was working with friends, because I told you I'm a sound engineer.
Yeah.
So when I'm working with friends, they always call me the boss, boss. So do this. So I just kind of embedded that to my name.
Your
And that's
artist
also
name.
my company name too, Boss Productions.
That makes sense. I wonder what my artist name will be. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, remember to look out for Ozee Vibes dropping Sunday, and look out for it on all streaming platforms as of next week.
Yep.
Okay,
very
well,
much.
thank you so much, Ozee. We're going to let you go. And for our viewers, that concludes our show today. Thank you so much for tuning in and chatting it up with us on the Chat Up Show. Again, remember to keep up with the GBKM network by listening and watching live 24/7 at www.gbkm.fm or www.gbkm.tv, where you can also catch up on past shows, check out our upcoming shows, and all of that good stuff. Also, make sure you download our free app, okay? Download it right now. Do it. Download
go.
it. Let's go. Exactly. You can get the same features as our website, and you get the notifications every time we go live, so you won't miss our future shows. Make sure you continue to watch us on Facebook at GBKM Television and YouTube at GBKM TV, on Twitter at GBKM_FM, and Instagram at GBKM FM. You can follow me, your host, on Instagram and Twitter at TIS_Liz_O. And with that, I will chat with you same time, same place next week. Chat with you then. Take care.
Come, one day, change must come. FA to the HD. So suffer, we dey suffer. Government people make me wonder. They carry gun killing my brothers. All these things make me they wonder. Remember what you do today, you go get down tomorrow. Remember what you sow today, you go reap back tomorrow. We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police.
Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Come, let's build a better future for you.
I'm the future and it's looking bright. I'ma get every single thing I used to dream at night. Slow grind all the time, do it till my pocket's right. If I got the education, then my future looking bright. Knowledge is power, we need it to succeed. Music is ours, it's everything we breathe.
Music Africa presents the Artist Education Program. We aim to provide Canadian artists, especially African Canadian artists, with the knowledge and skills that will give you the advantages to take over and start winning. Knowledge is power.